Patrice O'Neal. Patrice O'Neal? Neal. All right. I just wish my mother, a happy Mother's Day. I didn't even get her on the phone yesterday. It's tough with all the kids, you know what I mean? So I left her a message, and I sent a really long text about how great she was, and she's the perfect mom and all that. And she wrote back, thanks, Bill. No exclamation point, nothing. She just wrote, thanks, Bill. All right, Patrice O'Neal. Dear Wilfred Burr. I'm not sure if this is how you ask questions for the MMP, but figured I would try. I've been a massive fan and have been listening to the podcast and watching specials / stand-up for years. Keep up the great work. Thank you. I first heard of Patrice O'Neal because of you. Oh, that makes me feel good. And I've gone back and watched his stuff and think it's fantastic. Yeah, that's the best comedian I ever saw live, I'm telling you. I have also realized that he had a role in my personal favorite TV show, the American version of The Office. Yes, he did. I find it amazing that show would pay so much attention to the details and get such a funny person, even for one of the smaller roles. I was wondering if he ever talked to you about his experience filming that show and what shows that were / are on the air that you'd like to be a part of. I also suggest if you have the chance going to Liverpool for the Champions League's final coming up June 1st. You know what? I actually watched that one where they played against Barcelona, and I actually understand the scoring now. So for all you fucking Yanks out there, within their regular season Premier League shit or whatever, there's all these leagues over there. Then they have the Champions Leagues, which I guess the people with the best fucking records in all the other leagues play each other. And they play a home and home. So there was one in Barcelona and one in Liverpool. So here's how you can win to advance. Is you can either win both games or you can win one and lose one, but have scored more goals overall and when they add them up in both contests. So what happened in game one was Barcelona won 3-0. And then they go to Liverpool to play. So Liverpool is down a game and down 3-0. So the only way that they can win is not only do they have to win the game, they got to win the game by 4 goals. And as we all know, especially Americans, you're lucky if there's 4 goals combined in a fucking game. Forget about one team winning by 4 goals. Well, guess what Liverpool did? They got one early. I think after halftime they were up 1-0, as they say. And then they came out and they fucking scored 2 in a row. And the fucking place was going crazy. 3-0. And you could just feel it. Barcelona, they had these looks on their face. You wouldn't know the day they were like, whatever. We live in the Mediterranean. We'll go down there. We'll fucking put some olive oil and some shit and have some great food. But fucking English people, they're miserable. Their weather sucks. This is all they got. And they went on and they scored the 4th fucking goal to advance. A demoralizing defeat for Barcelona. I did see that. Anyways, I also suggest if you have the chance going to Liverpool for the Champions League final coming up June 1st. Without Mo Salah, they did it without their best players. It was incredible. Although they play the game at a neutral site, I was in Liverpool for it last year, and even though they lost, it was hands down the greatest sports atmosphere I've ever been a part of. It was so much fun, and I'm going back this year, hopefully to watch them lift the trophy. All the best to you and the family. All right, well, I gotta check that out. Let's get back to the Patrice shit. Well, okay, let me see. I was wondering if he ever talked to you about his experience on filming The Office. Yes, he did. He did. He said he was having a good time, but then eventually I think he got a little frustrated that his role wasn't bigger. And then that he also had to fly all the way out to L.A. to deliver like anywhere from 1 to 10 lines, 5 lines probably. And I think eventually he just said, fuck this, which was what I always loved about him. You know, because I would have been like, if I just say anything, I'll fucking get on a plane. And he was just like, Bill, I ain't getting on some fucking plane to go all the way the fuck out there for $700. I'm not doing that. And, but he did say that Steve Carell everybody that he worked with was hilarious, and he did like the writing and all of that type of stuff. But he was a big guy, and to get on a fucking plane and fly that far and sit on set all day, that's a tough thing to ask of a comedian, especially when they're as funny as Patrice, and he could make that money in fucking 5 minutes doing stand-up in real time, one take. It was a tall order. How would John Bonham sound today? Bill. That was another thing, too, about Patrice, was I thought he was a really, really good actor. And, oh, God, yeah. The amount that I still think about him as far as just like what he would be saying about some of the shit that's going on today. And where his stand-up would be and how far behind I would be from that level. Because, I don't know. He's been gone. I can't believe it, but he's been gone for almost 8 years in November. And I still haven't caught up to how funny he was in 2011. And I started a year before him. How would John Bonham sound today? Bill, this guy does some great videos dissecting music. In this one, he quantizes John Bonham's drum tracks from 2 different Zeppelin songs. It's remarkable how much quantizing takes away from the real thing. Oh, I got to listen to this. Oh, did they, I mean, even the way they made drum sound, I hate the drum sound of the fucking 80s. Oh, Jesus. How do you guys find these fucking videos? John Bonham, how would he sound today? Well, would they even use him? Would it be a fucking drum track over there? Something that they sampled? All right.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rick Beato. On my video entitled How Computers...
All right, hang on a second. All right, I'm back here. Sorry about it. I accidentally hit stop instead of pause. I just had to get through this. So the quantizing is something that this guy is claiming took all the soul out of like live rock drumming or any drumming, where it's basically the drum track is put into a computer and everything's based on the 16th note. And it's just all lined up. And I think what he's going to try to say here is that for those non-musicians out there, as far as like the way people play, there's some people that are on they on the front of the note. There's some people right on the beat, and there's some people play a little behind. You're still on time, but some people push it. Some people are laid back, and some people are just like right on it. And that is called your feel. That's your personality. That's the foundation of you speaking as a musician would be your feel. And then basically, I don't know, it's a million other things. How you hit the drums. And what I've since learned, how relaxed you are versus how tense you are, like how it's going to come out and all of this shit. So, according to this guy, quantizing, I imagine, makes everybody's feel sort of the same person. So what he's going to do is he's going to play a track of how John Bonham's drums sound with, the original track, which is John Bonham's whole personality. The mood he was in, everything, playing and then having it quantized. Well, I imagine all the swing and everything's going to be taken away. So let's listen to this. Here we go. Come on. And now it's not loading after that fucking incredible intro I just did. You fucking cunt. Come on. Now I got to hit fucking refresh.
You care about
Yeah, I do care. I care about watching another fucking commercial, you cunts. Dude, remember when there was like no commercials on these fucking things? Now it's like you got to watch like 10 times. You know what? I don't do this anymore. I don't get fucking pissed. All right, here we go.
Okay, that's a pretty good segment there. Next thing,
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty good.
I'm going to go in here with the transport. I'm going to
All right, I'm going to fucking talk, and I'm going to talk, and I'm going to talk.
and I'm going to hit the letter T on the keyboard to actually tap the tempo.
Ah, Jesus Christ. Oh.
Okay, it's not a consistent tempo here, so what I've gotten roughly is 170 BPMs. Let me zoom in here. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to hit.
All right, this video is like 10 fucking minutes long. Let me let me just get to the end where he fucking.
Conductor back on.
Let me get to the end here.
170.
Oh, dude, this is a fucking train wreck. I really should.
I have to actually the track, so I'm going to create a new track.
Oh Jesus! Just fucking hit play, you cocksucker. There we go. Now play it.
Analyze this. So right off the bat, it's pretty much taken all the major transients.